Yes, they better get on in here. I know that's right, Cardi. Welcome in. The West Side is up. Thank you for the compliment. Listen, y'all got my cheeks all, y'all got my cheeks sore too early. All right, listen, welcome back to another Room to Breathe podcast. Great new day to all my self care family and friends. For those of you who are new or may not know yet, I'm your host, Life Coach 614, and I am so glad that you guys are here today. Now, before we jump into today's episode, just a quick reminder. If you are enjoying our vibe, show us some love by tapping the screen, liking, commenting, sharing the live. Your support helps us to connect with more amazing people like you. And if we are not already connected, go ahead and give us a follow, subscribe to our channel, so that way you never miss out on a moment of what's coming next. I also invite you to visit our website at theselfcareclub.org. We have some awesome affirmative apparel, motivational merch, and a bunch of free resources waiting on you. It's all about empowering yourself and embracing your journey. No matter what challenges you are currently facing in life, I want you to know that you're not on this path alone. We are in this together, supporting and uplifting each other every step of the way. It is time for us to choose to prioritize our well-being, to embrace our growth, and to begin to find peace in this present moment. So let's get ready to breathe, reflect, and grow together. And remember, green hearts in our chat represent our commitment to healing, to growth, and intentional self-care. So if something resonates with you today, be sure to drop a green heart. Goodness. And that lets us know that you're tuned in, tapped in, and that you're ready to grow with us. Now, let's just go ahead and jump right into the topic for today. And, we're going to get real, y'all. Like, real, okay? I know that you guys have heard the quote before that comparison is the thief of joy. Anybody heard that before? Comparison is the thief of joy. And every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's a cute quote, right? It's pretty IG worthy. It's a whole word. Like there's some meaning behind it, right? But can we talk about the fact that I still be comparing? Like I know they say comparison is the thief of joy, but like for real, I still be comparing sometimes. Even as a life coach, right? Even as somebody who's doing the work, even with all my affirmations, my boundaries, all my self-awareness, I catch myself scrolling and sliding into that mental trap where someone else's life starts to make mine feel like it's not enough. And I hate that. Like, I truly hate that because I know better. But sometimes knowing better doesn't stop you from feeling worse, right? Am I the only one? Okay, Still Butter agrees with me. Anybody else ever been there? It's like you wake up in the morning feeling pretty good. You drank your water, you journaled already, you done prayed. Maybe even caught a glimpse of your reflection and thought, okay, we glowing a little today. Thank you, Yoli. Yoli with me. Right? You looking in the mirror and you're like, okay, curls popping today, skin glowing today. And boom, you open your phone. And within 5 seconds, it hits you. Somebody else just bought their dream home. Somebody else just got engaged again. That girl from high school is launching her second business. Meanwhile, you're just sitting here trying to figure out what you're even doing with your life. And then suddenly, all of that joy that you felt, all of that happiness, all of that self-love, stolen. All that peace, hijacked. All that confidence that you were building up, gone. Just like that. I like to call that digital self-sabotage. Digital self-sabotage. All right? Because listen, we got to put a name on it. I believe that in order for us to heal, we must name what the issues are. And so for me, I fall into this trap of digital self-sabotage. Welcome in, Miss Sherry. How you doing this morning? We wake up and scroll before we even give ourselves a chance to check in. Before we say good morning to ourselves or good morning to God, we're already digesting somebody else's success story. We haven't even finished our first cup of tea, and we've already decided that our life is somehow not measuring up to someone else's. Like, why do we do that, y'all? Why do we do that? Because deep down, many of us still don't feel like we're enough as is. We're still trying to prove something to someone, right? Maybe to our families, maybe to our past selves, maybe to the one person who always doubted us. Or maybe we're still chasing a version of ourselves we thought we would be by now. You know, when comparison, is in our mind, this is what it actually sounds like in your head, right? So comparison in your mind says, she's younger than me and she's already doing that. Why does everything seem so easy for them? Maybe if I were more consistent, or maybe I should just quit. That last one right there gets me, y'all. Again, even as a life coach, even as someone who's deep in my healing journey, sometimes, that little voice in the back of my mind says maybe you should just quit. Right? That's where the thief wins, right? That comparison wins. It takes over. It takes hold of you. Because the goal of comparison is to make you quit your own path by convincing you that somebody else's is better, easier, or more valid. That everyone else is more deserving than you. But let me say this clearly. You do not know what they had to survive to get there. You do not know what they had to sacrifice to get there. That post that you're envying might be their first smile in weeks. That vacation that they posted, that might have been their break from the burnout that they've been experiencing. The business that you've seen them launch might have come after 3 failed ones that nobody ever saw. That glowing relationship photo might be from a couple who's barely holding it together in therapy. See, we compare our insides to somebody else's outsides. Our waiting season is compared to somebody else's winning season. Thank you, love. Our private pain to their public performance. And that's not fair. Not to them, and most certainly not to you. And so I'm gonna jump right into the ugly middle of things. Thank you, guys. The ugly middle of all of this, right? That space between where you were and where you want to be. Because that's where all of us are right now, right? Where we were and where we want to be. Hey, Angelito, welcome in. And, when I say, where we were and where we want to be, it's that uncomfortable season where it feels like nothing is happening. Where healing is slow and the breakthrough feels like it's late. Congratulations. The season doesn't look good on social media. It doesn't get likes. This season does not go viral, y'all. But it's a sacred season. It's the season where becoming happens. That's where growth begins to take root. It's where your future self is being built quietly, painfully, but beautifully. But if you keep looking at somebody else in full bloom, you're going to neglect your own soil. So what do we do instead, right? What do we do instead of comparing ourselves to others? Well, first and foremost, we stop. We breathe. We swerve back in our lane, right? We remind ourselves that this is not a race. I don't have to race anyone. I just need to stay rooted, stay grounded, right? Comparison tells you to hurry up, to rush, right? Comparison is rapid. I gotta hurry up, I gotta catch up, I gotta rush, I gotta go, right? But healing tells you to slow down, take your time, breathe, appreciate, focus on what you have, not what you're lacking, right? Comparison tells you that you're behind. Once again, you gotta go, you gotta catch up. But grace tells you you're right on time. And you find grace through your healing. So if you're right on time and this is not a race, and stop and enjoy the roses, right? And listen, y'all, I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend like this is easy. I never once told y'all that healing would be easy. I just simply told you that it's possible. And some days I still catch myself spiraling. I'll see somebody else thriving, and for just a split second, y'all, I feel small. I feel unseen. I feel behind. But now I know how to catch that thought, challenge it, and replace it. Yeah, I may not be as far ahead in my career as that person, but I'm further in my career than I thought that I could be, right? I say to myself, that's their blessing, and mine is still unfolding. I remind myself that what's for me cannot pass me. Because it's for me, it's mine. It got my name on it. So what's for me, no man can stop. I remind myself that I'm allowed to take my time and just trust the process. It doesn't look like I expected it to look, but I'm going to just trust the process because I know God got me, right? And just like that, my joy starts to return. Welcome in, Janelle. And no, it doesn't return all at once, but it returns in increments just enough to keep me going. When we talk about social media versus real life, we got to understand the gap in between. Social media shows the after it's all said and done, right? Real life shows the during. It's, you know, it's after the morning after tears, the hard conversations, the late night self-doubt, the healing setbacks, the therapy breakthroughs, the quiet decisions to keep showing up even when no one's clapping. See, that's the real life part. No filter, no trending audios, just growth. So when I say that comparison is the thief of joy, I mean it literally robs us. In our face, walked right in, stole everything, right? It robs us of our gratitude for where we are. It robs us of the peace in our process. It robs us of the presence in our own life. And listen, I know that it is so tempting, especially if you are in a season where it feels like everyone around you is getting it. And when I say getting it, I'm talking about new relationships, new businesses, new bodies, new babies, new beginnings, right? And here you are holding on with your two fingers, trying to stay grounded in your own journey. You ever been there? Thank you, Smarta. Right? Watching somebody else win and feeling this tightness in your chest, not because you're not happy for them, but because part of you feels like you're getting left behind. Miss Sherry said, I've been there, right? I know y'all tempted to push that green heart. It's okay, let it resonate. Cause yeah, I've been there too, y'all. And that's honestly what this whole episode was supposed to be about, being honest about the fact that yeah, comparison steals our joy. But we're human. So we still do it. But the key is not to shame ourselves. It is to recognize when it's happening and respond with grace and with truth. There are 3 truths to remember when comparison starts to creep in. I need you guys to get used to this so that way you can catch it the moment that comparison is creeping in. The first truth is that what you are seeing is not the whole story. What you are seeing is not the whole story. It is easy for us to forget that social media is just a slice, a little piece of a person's life. And it's usually the most polished, celebrated, filtered part of their life. What up, Tip? It's the stunning photo, the announcement, the day in the life video, which is maybe just 15 seconds of their week, curated with music, good lighting, and awesome captions. But you don't see the arguments that they had before the video was filmed. You don't see the anxious thoughts behind that smile they're pretending to have. You don't see the credit card debt behind the vacation that they took. You don't see the loneliness behind that relationship goals post. See, we compare our full story or our behind the scenes, our blooper reels, our everyday realities to someone else's highlight reel. Think about it like this. Imagine if someone watching your life based on just one of your best days, would they think that you knew anything about struggle? Thank you. Would they think that you knew anything about pain? Resilience? So why would we assume to know anything about theirs? So when you catch yourself spiraling into comparison, I need for you to pause for just a moment and say out loud, this isn't the whole story. And I don't need their whole picture to trust my own. So I see it for what it is, a cute highlight reel. They're going to go viral. That's cute. That's nice. But I wonder what the behind the scenes looked like. Because that takes us right into number 2. Number 2, you don't know what it cost them. I said it before, you don't know what they had to sacrifice. We have to remember that behind every win that you admire is a price that you don't see them pay. That glowing skin may be post-surgery. That blooming business might have been built on burnout. That relationship may have healed, but only after seasons of betrayal and therapy. We often want people's outcome without knowing the sacrifice that they had to pay to get there. You might see someone standing in their victory season, but you didn't walk with them through their valley. What up, Jordan? You didn't walk with them through the valley, and maybe you wouldn't even want to. Right? If you knew the whole story, I don't want to go through that struggle. Not because, I'm incapable of doing so, but because my path isn't meant to look like theirs. And your path is also not meant to look like theirs. We glamorize results without respecting the process that it took to get there. So instead of envy, try curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I honor about their journey without devaluing mine? And then once you ask yourself that, I want you to affirm by saying, I honor what it took for them to get there, and I trust I trust what it's taking for me to become. Right? I trust the process of what it's taking me to get to my goal. And then lastly, number 3, I need for us to understand that our timing is still sacred. I want this to wash over you. I want you all to hear me when I say, you are not late. Thank you, Smarta. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not behind. Not at all. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back still doubting themselves. You are not late. Thank you. You are not lost. You are not behind. We live in a culture that is obsessed with timelines. Married by 30, 6 figures at 25, a house, a brand, a following, right? And when we miss those invisible deadlines, we start to panic. We measure success by speed instead of alignment. But when we stop and realize healing takes time. Thank you, Janelle. Healing takes time. Growth is seasonal. And when I say that growth is seasonal, I'm saying that not everything that's delayed is denied. Sometimes it's being protected for the right moment. If a flower blooms too early, it risks frost. If a baby bird hatches too soon, it won't survive. Nature doesn't rush, but everything still gets done. So why would your journey in life be any different? Sacred timing means that what's meant for you will not miss you, but you must be ready to hold it when it comes. So ask yourself, what am I rushing because I don't feel worthy of waiting? Then remind yourself, I release the pressure to perform on someone else's timeline. I release it. I let it go. Because I know that what's for me is for me. And my journey unfolds with grace, with wisdom, with divine alignment. That's right, alignment being the key word. So these truths are not just reminders, you guys. They're anchors. Anchors for you to remember. So when you're scrolling online, remember, what you're seeing is not the whole story. You don't know what it cost them to get there. And that at the end of the day, your timing is still sacred. Recenter, realign, and then reclaim your power. For something to do, like I guess a daily practice, for those of you who are interested on how you can reclaim your joy, here's something practical that you can do. Before you start scrolling, I want you to take a moment to ask yourself, am I grounded right now? And if the answer is no, don't scroll. Get offline. Take that time to pause, to breathe, to affirm, and to anchor. Y'all know I'm big on affirmations, right? And one of the affirmations that I use when I feel the urge to compare is, I am enough in my becoming. I celebrate others without questioning my worth. My journey is divine and I trust in its time. I am enough in my becoming. I celebrate others without questioning my worth. My journey is divine and I trust in its time. And you say it and you sit with it and you allow it to sink in. I am enough in my becoming. I can celebrate others without questioning my worth. My journey is divine and I trust in its time. See, the thing sometimes I think we forget is that when we look out the window and we see God in the neighborhood blessing somebody else, we forget that that means God is in the neighborhood. And so if I see all my other neighbors being blessed, then that means God is one step closer to knocking at my door. So I can celebrate others without questioning my worth because I know that God got me. I'm up next. So again, comparison might be a thief, but awareness is the security system that you need. You don't have to compete. You don't have to perform. You don't have to shrink. You just got to show up. You have to show up authentically, unapologetically, and unfiltered. Because the most powerful version of you, the most joyous, most peaceful, most aligned version ain't found in a comparison. It's found in your presence. So today I'm encouraging you to breathe deep and reclaim your joy. Celebrate someone else's light without dimming your own. And remember, you are doing better than you think. You're growing, even when it doesn't show up on your timeline. Even when you don't get the likes, the comments, the views that you anticipated. You're still growing. So today I want to close out with a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, before you scroll, I want you to do this one thing. Affirm yourself out loud, in the mirror, in the car, in your journal, on a sticky note, however you want it. I want you to say, I am more than enough. Everybody type it in the chat. I am more than enough. I am more than enough. My journey is valid. Hey, Mr. Awesome. My journey is valid. Yes, I am more than enough. My journey is valid. My timeline is sacred. And I trust that my joy is already here, waiting for me to notice it. But it all starts with you recognizing that you are more than enough. I am more than enough. Always have been, always will be. And then, once you affirm yourself, scroll if you want to. I'm not trying to take your social media from you, so scroll. But do it from a place of grounded confidence. Yes, I am more than enough, honey. Do it from a place of grounded confidence, not wounded comparisons. Because your joy is too precious to keep allowing it to be stolen by people who aren't even thinking about you. It is time for you to take your joy back. And if this message applies to you today, I want you to drop a green heart in the chat to let me know that you're done comparing. And you're choosing to be grateful for your process. Flaws, detours, delays, and all. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for joining us today. If you've enjoyed our time together, be sure to give us a follow, subscribe to our channel, so that way you never miss out on our latest content. And for those of you who are interested in being a featured voice on our podcast, we'd love to hear from you. So just reach out to me to further discuss details and let's get your recording session scheduled. Don't forget to head over to our website at theselfcareclub.org. There you can book a personalized one-on-one coaching session with me. We also have affirmative apparel and other motivational merch, including music, as well as a treasure trove of free resources designed just for you. So whether you are looking to elevate your self-care game or you just need a little extra inspiration to help get you through the day, know that we've got you covered. I thank each and every one of you for being a part of the Self-Care Club community, and I am excited to connect with you all again soon. But until next time, I encourage you to keep breathing, stay positive, and remember that you will always be supported here at the Self-Care Club. So don't be afraid to take up space and make a little room for you to breathe. I pray that you all have an amazing day on purpose, filled with purpose, and I'll connect with you again soon. Thank you. On my room too.